So you might be wondering why I've gathered you all here today. Just kidding, you can already guess from the title of this video that I'm going to be doing the anime tag today. And I was not tagged to do this, I just decided to do it of my own free will, as you could say. Question number 1 would be, what is your favorite and least favorite anime genre? And I can't say that I have a least favorite genre, but my absolute favorite genre would have to be action-y, romancy kind of stuff, like InuYasha, Sword Art Online, Vampire Knight, all those kinds of like girly animes that are typical for someone of my gender. Question numero dos is there ever been an anime that you loved so much that you had to go and read the manga? And of course, with all animes, if I really do enjoy the anime, then of course I will go and read the manga if I can find it available to myself. Whenever I finished the first season of Sword Art Online, of course, I got on my Nook and I purchased the first 2 light novels. With the InuYasha mangas, I own the first 12 volumes, and then I own some of the Chobits ones. I pre-ordered them a little while back, and I should be getting them in pretty soon. So normally, if I do enjoy it, then of course I'm going to get the manga because I'm a huge reader, and normally the mangas and the animes will differ from each other, and so I would like to know the pros and cons and the differences between each of them. Favorite power in anime? Moon Prism power! Question number 4 is anime cliffhanger that annoyed you the most. Anytime that there's a cliffhanger, it really pisses me off, but especially in InuYasha, where it stopped at episode 167, and then we had to literally wait like 10 years to get the final act. That was a horrible cliffhanger, because you knew that the manga kept going, but for some reason the anime didn't keep going. And also anytime that there's like somebody has a gun put to their head and then like the anime episode ends and you're just like, did they get shot? Did they not? What the fuck's going on? Hello, we kind of need to know these things. I don't want to wait like a week to find out if that person's dead. So anytime like a character's life is in peril in the last 2 seconds of the episode and then it's like, next week on, and you're just like... Question number 5 is best moment in anime. Need I say more? Like, seriously, being an InuYasha fangirl since I was literally like friggin' 5 years old, the fact that those 2 finally kissed at the end of the final act, I absolutely died. Because, yeah, they had kissed in the second movie, but let me tell you, for some reason, the movies don't actually, like, coincide with the series. They don't actually have a place where they fit into the series. So it's basically like that kiss never freaking happened. So when they finally kissed at the end of the series, it was just like, oh, yes, it's about time. I literally cried. I literally cried for 5 minutes, and I absolutely have no shame in that at all. Question number 6 is favorite anime reviewer, and I don't actually watch reviewers that do reviews on anime. I didn't know that was a thing, and you'd think I would since I've been watching anime for probably 10 years of my life. But I, for some reason, just don't read reviews on stuff like that, because a lot of people were saying, like, whenever Sword Art Online first came out, they were like, oh, I don't like Sword Art Online, it's stupid. And I was like, well, no, I'm not going to listen to your opinion. I'm going to go and I'm going to watch it myself. My phone! As I was saying, I don't watch reviews or read reviews or anything like that on anime because I want to get my opinion of it on my own. Like, as I was saying, a lot of people were saying that they didn't like Sword Art Online at first, and I ended up watching it and I fell in love with it. And then you've got animes like Attack on Titan, where everybody's freaking out and it's like the #1 anime right now and everybody's like obsessed with it, and I'm just like, I don't really like this. Like, this is not my kind of thing. So that, and with Black Butler, a lot of people really, really loved Black Butler, and I just did not find it enjoyable. So I'll hear the animes that are going around, like on the internet and on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, all these kinds of things, and I will not listen to anybody else's opinion on it. I will go and I will watch it first and get my personal opinion on it, because nobody else's opinion is going to matter but my own. Number 7. If you owned Avatar The Last Airbender, would you put it on your anime shelf? And the answer is yes. And I know it came on Nickelodeon. I know it's not like an anime or per se, but the style of it and that it's like kind of like Asian-y looking. It looks like anime, and I thoroughly enjoyed Avatar The Last Bender. When Aang and Katara finally kissed, I about freaked out and died. So I do own a couple of the, like, you can get like book 1, book 2, and you can get them like in sets, and I've got book 1 in a set, and I actually do have it over on my anime shelf. So yes, I would put it in there. Number 8 is anime you think does not get enough love. I would have to say Rosario Vampire is a really, really good one. It gets a little pervy sometimes, so if you're not into, like, panty shots of up girls' skirts, like, oh, then I would say it is not for you, because there are literally panty shots every, like, 2 seconds. So if you're not into pervy anime, I'd say that's probably not your cup of tea. Vampire Knight doesn't really get a lot of attention, I've noticed, and I don't understand why, because once again, it's another vampire anime, and it is, oh my gosh, just please can I marry Zero? Please. Also there was an anime that I watched a couple years ago called, like, A Little Snow Fairy Sugar. It was a very, very much, like, a very cutesy anime. Like, literally, I mean, the title says it all, Snow Fairy Sugar. It's about, like, one of the fairies is, like, they're all named after, like, spices and stuff like that, and it's very much like 10-year-old girl would, like, fangirl for days over it. But it was so cute, and I can't help it. Oh, I love it so much. Also, Blood Plus is really good, and Eureka 7. Eureka 7 used to be played all the time on Adult Swim. I don't know why they stopped playing it, because it really makes me mad. Like, can we just get rid of Attack on Titan and put Eureka 7 in, because that would be absolutely amazing. I'd never hear anybody talking about Eureka 7, and if I mentioned it, they're like, what? Like, what is this show that you're talking about? And then I've had, like, 1 or 2 people go watch it, and they're like, oh, that was pretty good. Why didn't you tell us about this sooner? It's like, well, I didn't know that you didn't know what it was. So Eureka 7 is another really, really good one. That one's more on the, like, it's kind of like Transformers a little bit. It's like a Japanese version of Transformers. Transformers is Japanese. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Number 9, best relationship / bond in anime. Oh, I could go on for hours and hours and hours. InuYasha and Kagome. Haji and Saya from Blood Plus. Asuna and Kirito from Sword Art Online. Eureka and Ren-10 from Eureka 7. The list goes on and on and on, but if I had to pick an absolute favorite, it's of course going to be InuYasha, because InuYasha and Kagome are my OTP. Shipping all the way. Actually, no, let me take that back. The ultimate shipping. Let's start from day 1 of shipping. Let's go polka shipping. Scratch all of that. My number 1 best relationship / bond in anime history is Ash and Misty. Power to the redhead. And number 10, the final question. We are at the end of this tag. Is your favorite anime? I might have a bit of a problem. Yes, of course, I've mentioned it 50,000 times in this tag. It is, of course, InuYasha. Now, when I was a wee youngin', very wee youngin', I remembered staying up and watching this after hours once my parents had gone to bed, because I knew that they were not going to be happy about the content of the show. Because let me tell you, if you are not a fan of the word damn and the word hell and all of those lovely cuss words, then you would probably not be a fan of InuYasha, because that's literally all that comes out of his mouth every 5 seconds is, damn you, Naraku! I'm gonna kill you, go to hell. It's literally a lot of that, but the romance in it is just, ugh. Anybody else watch it out there? Did you hate Kikyo too, or am I the only one? I know I'm not the only one, because Kikyo deserved to die every single time that bitch fell off the cliff. InuYasha will forever be the love of my life. It was the very first anime I watched. It's the reason I started watching anime. It's the reason I started reading manga. It's the reason that I started to teach myself Japanese. It's the reason I got into the Japanese culture, and that includes music, food, learning to use chopsticks, which let me tell you is not fucking easy. Oh, the list could go on, but it's just always been my number one favorite. It's got action, it's got romance, it's got everything you would possibly need in a show to make it wonderful, and that is also one that I don't think gets enough credit, because I hold it very near and dear to my heart. Alright, you guys, so that is the end of this tag. So you should totally do this tag if you like anime just as much as this person right here. So I would love to see those, so you could totally leave me a comment down below and let me know if you've done this tag, and I will go ahead and I will go and watch it for my viewing pleasure. So that is all for today, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye! What? What? Mom! Mom! Oh, never mind. Are you gonna play interrupting kitten while Mommy tries to do this? Huh? You gonna play interrupting kitten while Mommy does this? Say hello then. Say hello then. What's that? What is that? Ooh, you're a brat. Question number 5 is best moment in anime. Just a second.